Mercedes-Benz has always been a little different. Even during the company's early years, a visit to the racetrack would make this obvious. Mercedes-Benz legendary Silver Arrows made racing history. Many Mercedes engineers shared this enthusiasm for racing, two in particular.
I met Aufrecht at Mercedes. We had the fight the first day we met because our temperaments are so different and because we had different roles. We built an engine for the racing department. That had to be done in addition to the other work.
In the end, our customers more or less forced us to start a company. Before, we were working on cars at night, after work.
For about 2 years I was doing that after work, on Saturdays, Sundays, at night. At some point I collapsed while riding my motorcycle and I realized I just couldn't do everything. But Aufrecht was the real driving force to start a business, and he convinced me, pleaded with me to do it.
Melchior has so much intelligence, so much genius, that I knew I would be successful with him.
We use a name that has both elements. The A stands for Aufrecht, and the M for Melchior, and G is for Groß Asbach. Mercedes had direct fuel injection, and we could only use fuel injection engines for races because you needed the performance to beat the BMWs and the Jaguars. I covered all the furniture in Aufrecht's apartment with drawings. I drew the direct injection on this improvised drawing board and built fixtures. And then, in Aufrecht's basement, we built the first direct injection designed outside of a large company, the 300 SE.
You would tune a BMW or a Volkswagen, but never ever a Mercedes.
We benefited because BMW was building wild cars even in their normal series and because they supported tuners. And for Mercedes, there was nobody who could do that.
During that time, we didn't do any marketing or PR. Customers would tell each other about it.
So that they could say, my AMG Mercedes is as fast as the BMW, or it's as fast as the Porsche, and they were.
In the beginning, our philosophy to listen to customers was not really being implemented by any of the large manufacturers. Today, almost everybody does it inherently. And in the mid-70s, we increasingly got requests that customers wanted exterior modifications in addition to technology, and we met them. The 300 SL 6.3 was the first car that really kicked in, and with it, suddenly, a whole new group of customers. Our most successful car was the 6.8-liter that we built for Spa in 1971. This was a worldwide success.
This was the beginning of a unique racing success story, one that is still continuing today.
And then, starting in 1988, Mercedes-Benz contracted us to become active for them in the field of motorsports.
AMG's racing version of the C-Class achieved over 60 victories, both in the German touring car racing series and in the ITC. The racing version of the CLK GTR added more great victories.
And then we won the World Championship with Schneider and Weber. We are the only manufacturer who ever won an entire series. In 1998, we won all 10 races, 6 of them with a 1-2 victory. That was probably the best experience for me, because it was the first time that we designed a complete car, from the design to the suspension.
The DTM Racing Series was relaunched in the year 2000. Here, AMG plays a prominent role, even today, with Bernd Schneider, champion of multiple GT and DTM races, and ex-Formula One driver John Alesi.
Motorsports was the beginning, but simultaneously an official relationship with respect to tuning developed with Mercedes-Benz. In 1990, in Paris, we signed the contract. At that time, we were always saying that we have to become ready for the Mercedes star. That meant changing our development processes, changing quality control, and vehicle quality in general. The idea that Daimler would get involved quickly became very obvious to us.
AMG represented a new dimension for Mercedes-Benz, a sporting dimension. Having this performance brand, AMG, as part of Mercedes-Benz allowed us to target new customer groups. We engineer automobiles, for example the SLS, from A to Z, with the complete quality assurance one expects from Mercedes-Benz. The company has shown enormous growth. We've thoroughly modernized our production facilities and added the latest state-of-the-art technology.
Today we develop our own engines and even transmissions completely. And our one-man, one-engine philosophy means engines are not manufactured on an assembly line but individually built by a single engineer.
Naturally, Motorsport is also part of the AMG brand. We've been successful within the DTM for many years, and AMG is now represented in the Formula One. Our best advertising is also the Formula One, where we provide the safety car and the medical car. But we've also expanded into new markets. AMG is now represented worldwide. Traditionally, our main markets have been Western Europe, the USA, and Japan. But in recent years, we've also seen very strong growth in the so-called emerging markets. AMG has a bright future. It's an established performance brand with a comprehensive range of fascinating products. We will expand our product portfolio and develop new markets, but also enter segments that may surprise people in the future. An AMG is also a Mercedes. If the Mercedes star is on the outside, then the star has to be on the inside too. That's the basis of our engineering. All the tests we conduct are comparable with those done in series production and very rigorous.
We now have an ultra-modern test facility that we use to adjust our engines. Today's AMG vehicle has become so complex that we influence nearly every vehicle function in some way or form. That means everything must be tested and approved. Our test vehicles are subject to the hardest endurance tests in every climate zone.
We now sell AMG vehicles in more than 150 countries. And of course, we offer the kind of service one expects from a luxury brand like AMG and Mercedes. In the last few years, AMG has introduced many new activities. A good example is the Driving Academy.
The AMG Driving Academy offers one-of-a-kind driving experiences.
On the racetrack, under safe conditions, driving at the limit. With the SLS AMG GT3, we're opening up a whole new dimension for our clients, customer motorsport. We want to do more and more to make Affalterbach a mecca for performance fans, for fans of our AMG vehicles. That means you can come to Affalterbach, choose and specify your automobile, and then pick it up later.
Aside from motorsport, customization is another important pillar here in Affalterbach. At our performance studio, automotive dreams are realized in direct dialogue with our customers.
As a luxury performance brand, AMG also cooperates with other luxury brands.
We're very proud to have Bernd Schneider and Bernd Mailänder as brand ambassadors, both of them from the field of motor racing. And let's not forget Robert Baker, who trains today's golfing elite.
The company has maintained the spirit that its founders, Melcher and Aufrecht, exhibited at the beginning. That's still true today. The team at AMG has a very special team spirit.
More than at most other companies, our employees identify with the brand and the product. What you immediately notice about AMG employees is the high level of product identification, their burning passion, their strong will to be the best and to make something new and exciting. I've never seen this anywhere but at AMG.
Because at AMG, you still have the chance to make a difference. There is still a great deal of individuality. An AMG is a high-performance automobile from top to bottom.
For one, there's the acceleration. When you put your foot down on the gas, it takes your breath away. The power that the engine brings to the road, it's pretty impressive.
As a race driver, what impresses me about driving an AMG is that the vehicle is very sporty. It has a great sound, quick response times with excellent braking and handling. For me, it offers the feeling of a true race car. It's extremely sporty when you want it to be, but you can also drive it normally for hundreds of kilometers, and when you get out, you're totally relaxed. Of course, it offers cross and longitudinal dynamics at the highest level, but it also offers exclusiveness and the values familiar to us from a Mercedes.
The sound of the engine, somebody who hears that has to know, wow, that was an AMG. When you stop at a traffic light, everyone looks at the car, like they're looking at a beautiful woman.